Hello everyone. Welcome to Class 9 English session. Today we are going to learn a poem written by James Kirkwood, No Men Are Foreign. The title No Men Are Foreign denotes that everyone is from the same country and there is no one from another country. The poet wanted to say that we all belong to the same country, the same earth, and we need air, water, warmth, and love for the existence. All men are same and all men are equal. The poet wanted to promote universal brotherhood. Man is forgetting the fact that all men are created by God and we all are brothers and sisters. What's the use of spreading terror and hatred? The poet calls for the harmonious and peaceful coexistence of everyone in this world. Let's go to the poem. No men are foreign. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. The land our brothers walk upon is the earth like this, in which we all shall lie. In the first line, the poet is telling us to remember that all men are not foreign, all men are from the same place, and we all are brothers and sisters. All of us live upon the same earth. It is we, the human beings, have erected boundaries for all the countries, and if it was not there, we all were free to walk around everywhere. The poet wanted to say that the entire earth which we live is one, and all the people who lives on this earth belong to the same human race. It is the human being who is there inside any dress, whether it is your dress or my dress or someone else's dress. It is within. We all are human being. We all have the same flesh and blood inside. It is the similar flesh and blood inside the uniforms of the soldiers. They may be from different countries, but it is the same human being which is there inside their uniform. God has made all of us in a similar way. All breeds in a similar way. All the soldiers, they are our brothers, and we all live in this Mother Earth alike in the same way. And when we die, we shall lie upon this earth in the grave in a similar way. They too are aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. Human beings are aware and can avail all the bounties of the earth like air, sun, and water. Everyone gets the sunlight and water and the air in the similar measure. That means God has not differentiated any one of us. We all do the farming when there is no war, and the cultivation process is same everywhere. We live a relaxed life and eat all the things which has been given by the nature. Further, the poet adds that we starve during the winter and wartime, and that is same in other countries as well. Even they don't get food at that time. So the poet want to say that the foreigners who is living in the other country and we are same. The poet says that even their hands are just same like us, and they do hard work just as we do. The poet is giving all the examples to convey the message that there is no difference between us and the people belonging to the other countries. But remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. The poet reminds us that God has given eyes for us and the people in the other countries in the same way, which will be opened when we are awake and closed when we are asleep. Similarly, He has given them strength which we can win through love. He says that in every country, in every land, there is one thing which is common, and that's life, the living things. And if we can recognize them, if we can understand their feelings, if we can realize that they are just like us, then there will be no fights and no war. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it's ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we could take arms against each other. The poet says that whenever someone tells us to hate the people of other country, whenever we try to consider the person from another country as an enemy, we are betraying ourselves. We are doing injustice to our brothers and sisters, and we will be blamed for our own action. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no country strange. The poet says that we should stay away from such negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemies. And when there is a war, both the parties may have to face the loss. And that's why the poet says that the war is not in our favor. And he says that whenever we pick the weapon against anyone, we are destroying the harmony among us. We should keep in mind that whenever we take a weapon against someone, we are polluting the earth, because when we kill other people, they die and their dead bodies will lie on this earth, and that will pollute the earth. Whenever war happens, there are a lot of bloodshed, fire and death. These dead bodies accumulate on earth and makes it impure. The fire of war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air, it's so dirty, and that it pollutes the earth. It outrages the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wanted to say is that we should not indulge in war. Finally, he ends the poem by reversing the first line and saying that, remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. Now let's see the literary devices, the rhyming scheme of this poem. Just check whether there is any rhyming scheme for the poem. The poem is having no rhyming scheme, and that is known as free verses. The next literary device which we see is simile. A direct comparison between two unlike things using like or as is known as simile. The examples from this poem: a single body like ours. Is earth like this? They have eyes like ours. Next poetic device is alliteration. What is alliteration? The repetition of a consonant sound in two or more closely placed words is called alliteration. The instance of alliteration in the poem are, from the first stanza, body breathes, b sound is repeated. In stanza 2, we can see was winter. W sound is repeated. In which we shall lie, which we, w sound is repeated, and whenever we are told, again w sound is repeated. The next poetic device is metaphor. Metaphor is a comparison of two dissimilar things, often by expressing that the one thing is actually the other. Examples from the poem are: from stanza 1, uniform refers to the military of different countries. From stanza 2, we can see wartime is compared to the winter season. The next poetic device in the poem is repetition. We can see the word remember is repeated 5 times in the poem. Remember, no men are strange and no country is foreign is a line which is repeated in the first stanza and in the fifth stanza. The next poetic device is enjambment. What's enjambment? Enjambment is running lines of poetry from one line to the next without using any kind of punctuation to indicate a stop. Instances of enjambment in the poem are as follows. In stanza 1, line 2 and 3 continues till the 4th line, and that's enjambment. In stanza 2, line 3 is an enjambment. In stanza 3, line 1 and 2 continues to the 3rd line, and that's enjambment. Again in stanza 4, we can see line 1 continues to the 2nd line. In stanza 5, line 2 continues to the 3rd line. The last poetic device which we can see in the poem is assonance. What's assonance? Assonance is a repetition of vowel sounds in a line or grouping of words. The instance from the poem: aware of sun and air and water. A sound is repeated. And now we are going to wind up the class. We'll conclude today's session and we'll meet another class with another topic. Till then, bye-bye.